Hello everybody and welcome to CTN Sports Game of the Week. We are at the Eagles Nest here where we've got boys lacrosse between the Skyline Eagles and the Pioneer Pioneers. I'm Nick Wisniewski along with Kevin, the Mayor Bryant. Kevin, what are we in for tonight?
Well, I thought the eclipse was last week. I cannot see a thing right now. But these two teams are really evenly matched. You know, for Skyline, they're going to have to go up against a brick wall called Whit Denson, who may have to go coast to coast again. We saw that last week. But if he's not scoring, man, Levi Rosenberg comes around. He does this C cut. That's something that the Eagles are going to have to close down tonight, because if he gets going, it's going to be a long night for them.
Eagles have a lot going for them as well, plus home turf advantage here this evening.
That.
Stick around. Opening face-off is coming up right after this. As promised to everybody, looking down onto the field here at Skyline High School. Both squads getting ready to get out to midfield, ready for that initial face-off here off of Maple Road, Kev. Both these teams, like you mentioned in the open, similar records, but man, Pioneer, what they can do offensively is really impressive.
Yeah, and I think Pioneer, actually, they came off of that match this weekend against Northville where they dropped that match, but against that type of competition, I think they're playing a better breed of lacrosse right now, just based on the competition that they've faced so far. Anxious to see this young team. You know, the netminder for Skyline.
Let's talk about him for a second.
Only a freshman, right? Come on, man. He's going to be around for a while, and that doesn't happen too frequently. On the opposite side of that, he's probably looking across the field at what he'd like to be like, right?
Absolutely, yeah. Whit Denson, recipient of the key player of the game last week. Well deserving, and he was just a monster. If he has a game like that, it's going to be tough for Skyline to do anything. But it is worth mentioning, this is the second matchup between these two. Yeah. Pioneer came out ahead the first time out.
I think 10-6, something like that. I believe that was the score in that one. And so both teams can find the back of the net, which is good for our viewers. But you can see already Pioneer, they are patient once they get the ball down into the zone, and then they will shock you with the fast shot.
Yeah, you're right. You hit the nail on the head there. They're very patient, but they're so quick getting it out of their defensive end and getting up into their offense. Just their midfielders really know how to play. They know how to make clean, crisp passes. And, yeah, these Eagles have got a big task in front of them today. But they're up to it. Like they're putting the ball in the net as well. And as we can see right now, they're going to try to work into their offense right from the get-go.
And the Eagles are coming off a win against the River Rats a couple nights ago, so they're feeling good about themselves as well.
Yeah, that's quite a week for a team when you get both of your rivals in the same week. You don't see that very often. There's a move by Jude Carlson. I feel like we'll be talking about him a little bit. Tries to get up and throw some torque onto that, but that goes out in front of the net.
Yeah, I mean, Denson in the net, usually it's the cheddar that comes up on top of his shoulders that gives him problems. But down low, he uses his body right there as well as his cross to butt away any kind of shots coming at him. And he's fearless when he comes to shots coming at him.
Yeah, we saw him sacrifice every inch of his body last week to keep his team ahead and exactly what you're supposed to be doing when you're a leader on a team. Skyline back at it, muffed that pass there, and that's picked up quickly by Pioneer, and they're going to transition quickly into this offense. Out with numbers right now. Pass goes just wide, just missed Rosenberg. He was looking for Rosenberg, I think, probably the whole way, and he was just trying to get close to him, and that one sailed just to his left.
You know, when Rosenberg catches that ball in that X position behind the net, he comes on either side, and he comes out with a lot of fire, and they actually are going to award that to Pioneer. Maybe Rosenberg outstretched the Eagle defender on that because it was was that a shot or a pass?
I mean, I would call that a pass, personally.
So a pass, then it was whoever is closest, right?
I believe so, yes.
So that's probably why Pioneer now will trigger.
And we talked about Pioneer's offense, like you said, very, very patient. They're good at making their passes. They're precise. Just a very technically sound group. Here's Jet Latch, who we saw quite a bit last week as well.
Perfect name.
Really, really quick player, real fast, and you got to keep an eye on him. And
yeah,
they did.
I mean, it comes over. This is tripping right here. You can see the legs right there, the foot, that left foot from the Eagle player caught Jet, and he goes right down. So that'll be already a man up for Pioneer.
Well, that's one way that you slow somebody down.
Yeah, step on the foot.
Probably not the ideal way, probably not the way that they were looking for, but you're right, it'll be man up for Pioneer right now.
Yeah, I believe that was 23, Nico DeYoung on that penalty. He's getting an earful right now from the coach, too, in the box.
Yeah, you know, they've already played once, as we mentioned. Pioneer came away with the victory on that one, so you don't want to get down early to a team that is known to put the ball in the net. So giving them any little advantage is not in the best interest of these Eagles. Pioneer working that around now. Latch on point. He's trying to find Rosenberg down there.
Yeah, Rosenberg lost his footing there, blew a tire.
Just a little bit too much on that, exactly right. And then Pioneer player hits the deck, but play on.
I think that was a minor penalty there, a little push. The official did cause a penalty, and Rosenberg still, even though losing his footing, has enough wherewithal and shot tenacity to unleash one. And you can see the penalty there on that play.
A lot of action in the Eagles zone right now. They would love to find a way to get this one out and get out quickly, but man, those Pioneers do a great job. And now the Eagles have got another man coming in.
Now they're back at full strength at the right time, too. Let's see if they can get this transition going.
And indeed they do. Eagles strike first, coming in off the bounce goal. Skyline up 1-0 on Pioneer right now.
Matt Zielinski on the goal there, and usually this is the type of shot that Whit Denson has no problems with. I wonder if any of the sun is in his eyes at all, because it's bright down there on the field. And he's coming, the player is coming from where the sun is shining in.
You might be right. I think we can both agree to that. And even just looking on your screen right now, if you're looking on your TV, on your video screen, your phone, whatever, you can just see the sun heat brightness coming down on those white uniforms. It is very bright, and you're right. And that's exactly the angle of the sun. You're right, because that was a softish shot. That wasn't a shot that had a ton of torque behind it.
And it came off of the Eagles having even players, even field, and on a transition. They just didn't slow down. That's something that when we watch Huron go up against Pioneer, they slowed down, allowed Pioneer to set their defense.
Right, and then that's something that the River Rats had some success in early in the game.
Moving
last
the ball
week.
and
exactly,
speed.
just coming right after it, exactly. So maybe some scouting has been done. Obviously, one game under their belts. They know the strengths and the weaknesses. And here's Pioneer again with one of their strengths, that quick transition up into their offense as more players join the fray. Oh, that was almost a beautiful catch there by Karowski.
Yeah, I think the young got in his way again.
Bouncing ball all over the place. Neither team doing a great job of holding possession right now.
Yeah,
just scrum after scrum,
right?
yeah. Finally pulled up.
That was a little bull charge out of number 2.
Nick Houston pulled that one up, then got there, hit post.
What a goalie's best friend.
And we talked about him. Let's see if we're going to see a replay on that here.
Oh, definitely on this one. I mean, check out this shot coming in hard and just nowhere to go because it was a great position from the goalkeeper, getting down low and putting his body almost like a infielder.
And we mentioned his age. He's a freshman coming in there, but his name again, that is Thor Ham.
Come on now.
That is his name, and I can't wait to
Thor?
just say that name for the next 4 years.
Man.
Thor Ham. You're not getting a lot of Thors.
Oh, he better have some flow. out of that helmet, he better have some flow flowing down if your name is Thor.
No, and Coach Dane did mention he earned that spot. It's not like he's the only one out there that wanted to be in goal. They said he couldn't say enough nice things about him, and just he's a leader. He said leadership doesn't have an age, and that's what you want.
That's
in
a
that
great
spot.
quote.
Yeah, I wrote it down. It's on the second page here.
How did Denson grab that one? That shot was with some heat. Just a laser that Denson just grabs right out of the air.
Pioneer coming back into their offense. Coming out front. That one goes low, and that one is in. I believe was that Max Friedman put that one in?
I believe you're right on that one, and he went downstairs. And did it get through the 5-hole? I mean, it was low.
It was low, yeah. That was something he was going to get with a stick.
Man, he just found a good shot. Good angle to find the bottom of the net.
Yeah, had a great beat on where he needed to be, and Ham just couldn't see that one in.
Man, that ball is moving, even in our replay. I mean, it goes from frame, back of the net.
All right, so the Pioneers tie this one up 1-1 now with 6:07 to go here in this first quarter. Face-off upcoming. That was a rough one. That's a physical face-off right there. Both guys wanted that one.
Yeah, and we had mentioned that before, that the specialty player right there, number 6, with from the Pioneers, grabbing that. Who's that, number 6?
Caden Wolf.
And he goes down, but he goes off the field because he's a specialist on the draws.
It's a really unique.
Oh, you rarely see that,
game,
right?
Yeah.
Rosenberg losing it on a shot attempt.
Eagles now trying to work this one back up. Harassed coming up the middle, having a real hard time finding another player getting up. Graham Newton now up there. He's one of the lone seniors on this Eagle team. Newton going back and forth, trying to find some sort of open space to no avail.
Getting around Audie Price, though, was difficult. I mean, those checks are spot on.
Yeah, really aggressive, out-in-your-face Pioneer defense. But here's some of the things that happened with that. Comes in on his way down, still manages to fling that one in there with Jude Carlson.
And sophomore Jude Carlson. So, again, this young team has a bright future on this bright field. But Carlson got a little turf monster came up and just grabbed him.
Well, he came in with a full head of steam, weaving through those Pioneer defenders. All those Pioneer defenders seemed to be on the wrong foot as Carlson was coming in there.
Good screen there. See if Carlson can use it. Man, they're really riding the Pioneers' defense.
Yeah, it's a big thing for the Eagles to just get away. I'll make a move there, but couldn't get past number 33, Jack Grieshaber. We saw him a little bit last week as well.
And Grieshaber's a wide young man, so I mean, getting around him is not an easy task. Got to get some of those ground balls, and Pioneer's been doing a better job in this early match, Nick, of keeping the passes going from net to net.
Yeah, right you are on that. They've just done a much better job of getting down there, scooping things up. But these Eagles, they're plucky to say the least.
Well, Latch has
There's
got
Latch coming in, gets through a couple, but hits poster. Did Ham get a piece of that? Ham's got it now.
But you know where? He shot it in the wrong position. That shot came directly right at the easiest position. Take one for the team.
Yeah, that one got him either on his sternum or his solar plexus right there. And
do they have padding on? I hope he
so,
has
at least something.
Yeah,
an extra T-shirt down there or something. Yeah, we've talked about the sun and the brightness of it, but it is not warm. It's chilly.
Yeah, and see, on a pass just like that, a little easy pass going back and forth, a little lob pass, it's difficult with that sun. Yeah, you can see on Denson there, not much padding. It's just a lot of young man.
The ball nicely finds its way down low back to the Eagles players. I believe that's Zwolinski there that picked that one up. He's going to go out around and try to reset the offense.
And just looking down, the offense is there's no one really on top of the crease for the Eagles. They're leaving that open space to utilize their speed, I believe.
Right, and I think you're right. I think they're going to try to set something up right now. You can see those players down there. They're breaking loose, almost like an inbound play in basketball as they break away, but couldn't find anybody on the move right from that jump at least. Down low again, Graham Newton. Newton gets his playing move, turns around and tries to sidearm one in, but that one goes wide and into the barn area.
Yeah, and again, on a shot, it's not who's closest, but who shot the ball. It goes out, it goes to the other team, so that one goes right back to the Eagles. But on this shot here, a little bit upstairs, off the chest again, it looked like off of Denson.
Pioneers now working around quickly. They've got a lot of men in motion compared to what we just saw from the Eagles. You see everybody moving their feet, and it all starts. All starts with Rosenberg right there.
I love his sellies too. The celebrations out of Rosenberg's are awesome. But check out the replay on this one because he had two Eagle defenders actually headbutt each other. Man, he's getting daps from the other squad. Watch this. They collide. He finds a 5-hole for a sweetie. That's a sweet goal.
And Ham's going to be bummed about that because he had his stick in roughly the same in the correct position there. He had it down there. It just didn't get it low enough. But you're right. Rosenberg does a great job of sniffing these things out and finding the net.
The shot before that, we saw him go down to the ground, right? Watch this. He left that hole open. He didn't go down, and maybe Rosenberg changing the plane by having his cross high and then go in between the 5-hole was the trick.
And it all started with, like you said, he ran two of those Eagles players directly into each other. As some old Keystone Cops issue there. Yeah, exactly. Three Stooges.
Benny Hill. These kids knew nothing.
No, I was going to say, these are
Benny
three
Hill.
references that are so far past any of
Canadian
these young
comedy
players.
was fantastic back in the day, folks. I'll just leave it at that.
Eagles back on the offensive end now. Down 1 goal, trying to get back into this one.
Well, they had the
20
lead
to
to
go.
begin with, and that was something good. But, Pioneer has really settled down now. You can see that they're not extending their defense. They're allowing the Eagles to come to them.
And there's Carlson goes in, and he passes it off to, I believe that was Terrence Swaminathan.
You knew this name would come up, right? Tehran had to get this quick, and he had a quick stick, too. The ball finds the net, and it's like a quick, almost like a dunk into the netting. Because he comes in, takes all of this hitting right here, but watch the pass.
Yeah, Carlson absolutely made that play and took, like you said, took all the beating for it. Hopefully he gets a lot of high fives and a lot of good games off back to the side there because, man, he made that happen and for an easy, easy shot.
Well, you said that Carlson was the one that had the hot stick, right, coming in. So I'm sure that the coaching staff for Pioneer knew that as well, told that to the defenders because he drew everybody.
Pioneer now with 56 seconds to go here in this first quarter. They've got plenty of time to try to turn something on. Rosenberg knows what it is. He looks up over his shoulder at the scoreboard, and we're going to see him make his moves. Nice job defensively, though, to keep him in front and not let him just go straight out into the in front of the net.
I think that was Dominic Wilson, number 16, and he has above average effort there as far as marking your man.
Yeah, great job of impeding that forward motion there by Rosenberg. That a lot of times you see him just blow by defenders. There you see Latch getting there, getting his
right?
little bit of business there, right?
I think Latch, he pointed to his head because I think some of that went upstairs to the noggin.
Yeah, he might have got a glancing blow up to the helmet. But yeah, these Eagle defenders, they are aggressive and they are not afraid to get out there and make some pushes. But a little too much aggression can be a problem, especially when you got a player like Levi Rosenberg, who comes in and puts in the third goal of the game for the Pioneers.
And Rosenberg, again, he attacks from either side, coming from behind the keeper, and he puts everything into this shot. That was actually one of the shots we had in our fifth quarter plays of the week, when he gets up and he just slings his entire body, it seems, with that cross into the net.
Yeah, you saw some of the Eagle defenders trying to kind of half-heartedly get in front of that, but maybe not so much. Pioneer retakes the lead 3-2 here now. 4 seconds to go. I imagine that this face-off will just be a scrum, and that'll be pretty much the end of it here.
Yeah, if not, it's going to be a highlight. If somebody scores from deep in the midfield.
Still, nobody wants to lose, right? Like either way, like I'm not giving up on this, right? Exactly. I mean, it's a stat. It's a matter of pride. Matter of pride here for game of the week as well. That's the end of the first quarter. Stick around. We'll have more action coming up on CTN. Had two Pioneers converge on him as soon as he got about to the goal line.
Look at Denson just fighting people off as he takes it all the way upfield. And Denson's trying to get into
he might get a little something for his, his efforts there.
He did.
And welcome back, everybody, to CTN Sports Game of the Week. Start of the second quarter here at the Eagles Nest. Pioneer put one in at the end of that first quarter, Kev, but I don't know. Tell us what we saw there.
Well, I like the way the Eagles got off to a start, and I like the way they finished that first quarter as well, both with good transition goals. And I think that's something they're going to have to build off of because, of course, this is a sport that you get a lot of scoring in. For Pioneer, they settled down and got into their bag and unleashed a Rosenberg.
Yeah, I liked the aggression from the Eagles. Just defensively and offensively, I really liked the way they were going for it. I thought their defenders played hard-nosed. We saw a lot of jabs with the sticks.
And Thorham.
And we saw some Thorham down there as well.
So now changing the ends of the field. Again, for the keepers, I think that's going to be paramount.
Right. And I feel like the trick right now would be for forwards to get out there and just take like some early shots before they get a chance to adjust to the new digs on each side.
A little bit more motion right now out of the Pioneers as they're trying to get set, and they seem to like the attacks from the back or latch off of a screen.
Well, here's Rosenberg. We've seen him do this time and time again, and there he is coming around, and that one got over the right shoulder of Ham, and just a pinpoint shot by Levi Rosenberg.
Yeah, that'll be his hattie for the night, and it doesn't look like he's done. Look at him down there getting at his cellies. This guy has a lot of cellies because he finds the back of the net off. Wow. I mean, that's top cheddar, folks.
top shelf over the right shoulder, as we mentioned. But yeah, I'm curious if Ham just didn't see it. Again, it's fast. Don't get me wrong. Like that ball's
right at your head, right?
Exactly.
When it's coming in at your head, I mean, his vision, the perception of depth, I mean, he can barely notice it because he's thinking maybe this is going to bend a little to my left, to my right. Rosenberg is finding all different angles of the netting.
Yeah, he's put him in all different ways. You're exactly right, and that's the mark of a great player. That's the mark of a smart player right there. Somebody with a high IQ for the game that they're playing.
Versatility and accuracy. Those are two things you love to have out of a striker attacker.
All right, Eagles back on offense. Now down 2. They would love to turn this one around and get this one back to within 1 goal.
He wants you.
Jude Carlson again coming up off the top, sends that one over to Graham Newton. Again, that seems to be the real pair here for the Eagles. Newton cuts in now, but runs into those defenders, tries to go low, but just wide.
Yeah, and this is a good attack, and the speed again from the Eagles. Those are the types of shots that, unfortunately, you're going to have to attempt. You were saying pepper the net. Again, that's exactly what the Eagles need to do on Denson.
Right, but from that angle, I mean, so many guys being right-handed, you're not taking advantage of that sun, which, again, I know is just a small thing, but that one bounces out in front. Johnny on the spot right there. Matthews Walensky finds it. I thought that went in, but apparently not. I got really excited.
And the reaction from the Eagles players made you feel that one went in, right? Watch this. Over the netting, open cage, and wow, that's a layup that you've blown.
Yeah, just the wide openness of that net. I just assumed that went in the way it came in, but yeah, he just maybe got a little too jittery when he saw the open net there.
And Zelensky has a goal already. So, I mean, he opened the scoring. So, yeah, I think that when you have a player the caliber of Whit Denson, you're just trying to hurry and get it in.
That's a nice low save by Thor Ham. Ham gets it up to Graham Newton.
Rosenberg went full Superman on that, and I think they may have called a penalty, a delayed penalty.
Newton now tries to send that one and goes low wide of Denson there.
Was this any contact? Well, he's out of the crease with the shot. Is there any contact high? Because he's getting tripped. He got tripped, and he still had the ball in his, it looked like it was still in.
He still had it in his cross, and it looked like he almost tried to fling it out, but it just came down.
Hey, if I'm the Eagles, I'll take it.
Oh, definitely. And again, that aggressive behavior is being rewarded for them right now.
And that's what young teams need to see. They need to see things that they can build off of.
Right, that comes from a first-year coach as well, right? Like, that's every coach you ever talk to talks about buying in. And when you see the results on the field, then players buy in.
Let's get there with the bad pass. It's picked off. Let's check out this. Man, I love this replay.
He did fling that out. He flinged that out even before that came down.
That we said before in the first half, or the first quarter, where the keeper didn't go down. It looked like he learned from that.
Yeah.
And as a freshman, you're going to have that.
Here's about to be a big, massive shot there by Finn Sanders, but that one's wide right, and Thor Ham with another save. Pioneer picks this one up in the transition. Forechecking, if you will, doing great by Pioneer. And they're going to come back up with this, up with a 2-goal lead. 8 minutes to go here in this first half.
Yeah, Ham is getting some, he's getting dinged up. Oh, look at that move by Rosenberg.
Nice cut through by Rosenberg, but he lost the ball out in front, and those defensive players by the Eagles, but still.
Oh, that's about a whack about to come.
And this is the physicality that you talk about. This is the physicality that people love about lacrosse, and this is the physicality that's going to get you viewers, frankly. Graham Newton getting abused, gets it over to Lucas DeYoung, and DeYoung puts this one in and gets the Eagles to within 1.
Just like you were saying, Nick, there's a never give up attitude with these Eagles, and sometimes it's, you know, when you're young, you're naive, and you don't believe that you're not supposed to be doing this against your crosstown rival.
Well, and that's just it, too. Well, here we can see the replay one more time from a
nice
closer
shot.
angle. Great shot. Great shot there by DeYoung. And not a lot of room. Again, those two Pioneer defenders closed in on him real quick.
Yeah, and Houston didn't get his stick up on the defensive end for Pioneer, and what I was saying about Pioneer at the end of the first quarter about them slowing down, they may have to pick their pace back up.
Carlson hit the deck on that one. Denson came up with that long pass out nearly to midfield. That one's pulled in by Cole Karowski, and just like that, Pioneer getting ready to take another shot, but that one hits the deck, and now the Eagles will try to move this one back towards their end, down a goal with 6:58 to go. Pass in and a massive sling there from Grand Newton, but it's saved by Whit Denson. How did you see that?
Yeah, Denson, I mean, again, he found that ball right upstairs. Wow, this is a lot of contact right here. Is this going to be our first flag of the game?
Almost has to be.
Well, a little Malachi crunch there. I mean, coming upstairs and downstairs, and it does look like there's going to be a penalty, but I don't see anyone going in the box for the for the Eagles.
Well, and you mentioned it was a little high-low, but those, I mean, both hips are what got him. I mean, I feel like that was just a well-executed play to come in there and get your guy.
So it looks like it's going to be a minor restart for the Pioneers, but again, no, there's not going to be a man-up opportunity.
Aggressive play once again rewarded by the Eagles, and yeah, when you get that, when you're on the receiving end of those hits, you're thinking twice about receiving the ball in midfield or not turning around and seeing exactly what's coming at you.
I really like it, though, for both teams. After that goal, Pioneer turned up their energy. The Eagles did not back down.
Here you go, dog!
Pass into Ham. Ham gets it up, but just misses his man coming up the middle. Stick with it, though, and now the Eagles back in the offensive zone. They're going to pull it back, not try to be too aggressive, and try to get their offensive set going. Lucas DeYoung, our most recent goal scorer there.
And now it looks like the Pioneers are pushing up and really marking their man a little bit more.
And that was found in the middle. Oh, side net right there. Great job of jumping in. And here's Whit Denson. He's just going out there. I'm surprised that the Eagles defenders are so lackadaisical with
Watch
it.
Denson has to get back in the net now.
Hustling, and I think some of those Eagle players thought about pushing it up a little bit more, but yeah, Denson was on his way and then wasn't working out so great for him that time around.
Yeah, sometimes Denson likes to take things into his own hands, and he'll come out of the net after a save and take it up the field.
Well, I mean, if he feels comfortable doing that and he feels like he's an actual asset on the offensive end, why not do that?
Yeah, and, well, he only scored one goal, his first goal. Luckily, we got it on camera. But his athleticism to take it upfield, it presses the entire offense up for Coach Conley's Pioneers. And, you know, for the Eagles right now, this timeout is, I think, a reset. You know, you guys have been playing real well. Sometimes the coach will call a timeout when the team isn't playing well. This is a reminder. You guys have been playing well. Keep it up.
Keep it up. Keep working hard. Also working hard, all of our CTN Sports crew. You can see coverage for the spring season right there.
We got a fast turnaround.
Yeah, we got some soccer. Yeah, we got a busy couple of weeks here. Some girls soccer, a little bit of water polo, as usual out here in A2.
Love water polo.
And some girls lacrosse coming down the pipe as well.
I think Skyline's actually won in the state.
In
water polo.
I wouldn't. I believe it.
Yeah,
I would absolutely
they usually are hot with Coach Godick.
And girls soccer for Skyline, if I'm not mistaken, ranked 3rd in the state currently.
Man. And that's, we got to give some kudos out to that coach.
Coach Morgan.
Oh my God, giving us the rosters for every single team.
Huge.
That I don't have to
Absolutely huge.
use a barcode and scan.
Veteran moves by Coach Morgan. Great guy to chat with. Amazing coach, obviously, as well. But yeah, lots going on in spring season for the CTN Sports Game of the Week. Diverse spring season. I like it.
Yeah, and a couple of those water polo matches doesn't hurt.
Trying to get that one out front. Here's Denson again, not even a little deterred from that last time around. He sends it in, and he knows he's not going to be a part of the offense for much longer. And gets it in there, and then
Great
hustles
save,
back.
though.
Yeah.
I mean, he left his feet for that save, came out of the net, and then presses it up again, setting their offense faster, I think, than sometimes the defenders can.
Yeah, and I think that that's part of the reason why, again, with his IQ, he'll know to bring that ball up just to throw things, just to throw a little monkey wrench into what they're doing defensively. Skyline now with the recovery. Nice jump pass in there to Owen Simmons. Simmons
They have
good.
been good on the passing. I'm
They
sorry
have.
to cut you
No,
off. The
you're right.
Eagles are doing a great job of keeping that ball clean.
Yeah, and even if a ball will hit the turf here or there, they're adamant on getting down and recovering. Eagles now trying to set their offense up. Slowly but surely we're getting there. Lucas DeYoung now down back behind the net. Sets it over to Zwolinski.
The strategy so far for the Eagles is spot on. You know, they're not allowing themselves, by shooting fast, to allow Pioneer to get any kind of transition game going on. They're working the clock, working their possessions well.
And I think they're doing a much better job, especially this quarter, of not allowing Pioneer to get from their defensive end to their offensive
Free
end so
runs.
quickly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Free runs or these long passes. Yeah, it's not that the passes are bad. It's that the Skyline middies are in there and breaking things up.
That's the toughest position out here is these middies. I mean, they're going from each zone, and it doesn't matter. They got to play a little bit of defense. They got to play, of course, the offense, get it down to the attackers.
Yeah, and they rarely find the back of the net. It's always those forwards that are getting all of that glory. And then we're talking about the goalies and even the defenders a little bit. But these midfielders, they've got to have their
unsung heroes.
Exactly. They've got to have their breath behind them the whole time. They've got to be conditioned better than anybody else. There's a pass into that long stick. Nico DeYoung there. Nice job there by Swaminathan there.
It's like the Eagles get some energy after a save by Thorham.
And now we got a penalty flag thrown there. So, delayed penalty now for the Eagles. That would send that one right into Denson. Denson nonplussed though. That was run-of-the-mill save right there.
Yeah, I mean, when you're that far out, it's few and far between you're going to get a goal.
And we've got a second flag out there as well.
I wonder if that's a misconduct. Somebody said that bad word.
One of them.
He's pointing several times at the Pioneers, and it looks like there's going to be at least a man up.
I believe that's Karowski down on the sideline who's being spoken to.
And Coach Conley's coming out and having a word with the ref because he wants it even. You know, call it both ways. He's pointing down on his defensive side. He wants an explanation of why his team isn't getting the same calls.
Yeah, as you mentioned, I mean, we had the initial penalty. I don't think we could quite nail down exactly where it was. But then that second one, like you mentioned, the misconduct for whatever it is, whatever was said.
Usually a special word.
Almost always.
Yeah.
Almost always, whether it's directed towards somebody or what.
Or the call
may not
itself.
be. Exactly.
You know, I didn't get the call on this end, and you're going to ding me down here.
Yeah.
It looks like from Conley's motion that there was some head contact. We've mentioned it several times that has not been called.
Yeah, I think he's drawing attention to that just based on the pantomime there from shoulder to head, from to chin, and he's definitely pointing to where these things are allegedly happening.
Yeah, he's telling them he's going up and under, giving them the business up and under, the chin business, right? Chin music.
Chin
is
music,
that what
the
they call
sweet
it?
chin music is what they called it.
But that
probably a little
timeout,
different.
That timeout was different from the timeout before we saw with the Eagles, a celebratory timeout. That timeout was, I need to let something off my chest. Coach Conley didn't even speak to his team. He had the assistants over there manning the huddle as he allowed the refs to get an earful.
Well, that's what you got to do as the coach, right? Like that's delegation. You guys go take care of that. I need to talk to these guys because I'm the head man. I'm the one in charge. I'm going to speak my mind, and maybe I'll even get in a little trouble myself to show you that I got your back.
Well, taking one for the team, leadership, that's what the head coach does, right? And he's showing that this is just the first half, guys. We have a lot of of game left.
Absolutely, 2:45 to go here in this first half. Still a lot of time in this quarter even. And Skyline down by a goal. Pioneer with this 1-goal lead. But you're right, you can't put yourself in any sort of a deficit, and you definitely can't continue on in an angry, chip on your shoulder, and grumpy way. You got to let that go, and you got to get back on the attack and do what you do well.
Big possession here for the Eagles.
Yeah, goal here would be just what the doctor ordered for Skyline. Skyline, they're working this around in tight, trying to get in slowly but surely, just scooch in foot by foot. Denson being aggressive out there now, way out of his net.
I've never seen a goalie go out there. It looks like he was actually trying to get the ball before it went out of bounds.
He's just dying to be another player on this team, whether it's a forward or defender. Nice splits getting down there. Shot wide there by Graham Newton.
But do you see how fast Denson goes down?
So fast. just like a hockey goalie, the way he split down there. Eagles back after it there now. Let's see if they'll try to work their way in, inch their way in closer to that net.
And the Pioneers had 2 people in the box down there, Nick.
Yeah, those 2 plays. And there's Denson after the save trying to send it up to his
Wow. Ooh. Man, that hurts just watching. Denson goes down. I mean, he's not allowing you any part of the cage.
Rosenberg now with the ball back in his glory. Gets through, but really nice job by those defenders to push him away.
Well, they're doing a great job of checking when he's about to unleash that shot.
Nice fake. Fakes outside, cuts inside there. Jet Latch there finds some opening and hits it low past Thorham, and the Pioneers have their 2-goal lead again.
Latch, that was the way to do it, I think, because Thor had been blocking all those shots upstairs. That bounce shot, and he precisely bounced it about 2 feet in front of the keeper, and Ham just could not handle that ball bouncing up towards his head again.
Yeah, he knew exactly where he was sending that. Yeah, Latch with great speed, great moves to find himself a little bit of an opening, and that bounce goal in.
Oh, here's a great view here. You can see it how far out. That was even further out on that bounce shot.
That's Latch's 2nd goal of the game, if I'm not mistaken. Only 52 seconds to go here in this first half. Pioneers, similar to how they were doing at the end of the first quarter, they're going to have a chance to get at least one more shot in here.
Yeah, take that clock all the way down. Make sure that you get a good shot at the net.
There's Latch again, trying to make a move back inside. Spins away, but spins into a second Eagle defender. Forced to get pushed back out. That's going to take a little time off the clock for the Pioneers. Not what they wanted there.
Yeah, Nico DeYoung, again. We've said his name several times tonight.
Graham Newton there playing some of the defense, getting in there.
I think that was deflected before it even got close to the net.
Definitely ricocheted away. 8 seconds to go now here in this first half. Spin move in, but great job of those defenders stepping up and blocking the way, and the Eagles will be happy to end it on that note, end this first half on that note. But still, lots of game to go, Kevin Bryant. So stick around, everybody. More second half action coming up on CTN Sports Game of the Week.
Hi, my name is Trevor Joe. You might recognize me from TV shows such as Law & Order SVU.
Are you high?
Or Broad City.
This is the men's room.
This Jonah Hill movie.
Excuse me, is this Wings Fish Market?
Ah, you must be Noah Griffiths. Mr. Carl is expecting you.
Or even Batman v Superman. I guess they cut my line with that one. You know, whatever. Okay. Great. Well, let's make my own film. I'm the writer and director of the upcoming film, Ann Arbor. It's a love letter to the town that shaped me. Our film is about a chance encounter that turns complicated as two friends reconcile their attraction, cultural differences, and the people they've now become. The vibe is kind of like Before Sunset meets Past Lives and explores the what-ifs in life, the nuances of privilege, and the expectations we're burdened with. Some serious stuff. But it's got some levity and puns, which are totally underrated. So this all started when I came out to LA to keep making films, and then the pandemic hit, and I got homesick. So I wrote the script as a way to visit my hometown and see Ann Arbor and hang out at the places that I know and love. Over the last year, we've had a ton of momentum on this film, and with your support, this is the year we're gonna make it. We have an amazing team, and we've nurtured such a lovely community of supporters, including Zingerman's, who has generously donated a Create a Sandwich of the Month as one of the rewards. One of the things that keeps me pushing forward is seeing how excited people are about the project. It's inspired me so much. And the more money we raise, the better our film can be. And even if you can't donate, give us a follow. It'll help us immensely. So together, let's make Ann Arbor the best film it can be.
Senior Moments provides valuable information for senior citizens on issues such as health, personal care, transportation, finance, and entertainment. With in-depth interviews and providing coverage of events and activities at senior centers in the Ann Arbor, Ypsilanti area. Senior Moments, meeting the needs of senior citizens. Tune in on CTN Channel 16 and online at youtube.com/CTN Ann Arbor.
And here we are approaching golden hour in southeast Michigan right now, as you can see on those other side bleachers right there, those sun-drenched bleachers, as opposed to everybody over on this side.
What's going on with Ann Arbor, right? So I'd be on the sun.
You'd be looking into the sun, though, as we know is the problem.
Yeah, true that.
Both squads have switched sides again. Pioneer 5-3 lead coming into the second half here, but it's been back and forth. This is the type of match that you like. This is a fun match to watch, and great match to call.
It can go either way. I mean, you know, both teams are been fighting the goal, but it's the keepers. They're really keeping both teams in this match. They've been having saves using their body, going down low, going up high, you know, whatever the plane of the shot is coming at them. They're doing a great job in that.
Yeah, Whit Denson for Pioneer anchoring that, obviously. But a moment ago we just saw Thor Ham too. He is in full goalie position, legs spread out, stick high, and his head is on a swivel, waiting to see somebody make a move.
Whoa, I mean, that's the epitome of I'm in ready position.
Just a warrior ready to go out there, right? And there's that shot low, and he was in fact ready for it. He saw it the whole way, not to be thrown off by Cole Kurakowski there.
They're going to award this to Pioneer, actually, on the shot.
Just went sailing by. I'm not sure if Ham even saw it in the fact, but he turned around and was like, yep, there it is. There it is. Go get it.
Pointed out, I think Rosenberg was the first closest one there. Man, what a save by Ham on that one.
But again, made by the defenders right there. They got into it and made sure that, I believe that's Rez there, couldn't get through. Or that actually might have been Jet Latch, I'm sorry.
And again, the quick push-up down that transition because of the outlet pass went over midfield.
Skyline now with their first opportunity of this second half. Going to work it around. See if they try to set up that offense down low or if they'll just get behind the net and do more of a traditional cycle play here. Jude Carlson, who seems to have a nose for the net, but he's ridden tough. He tried to get in there, but just got a whole lot of Pioneer shoulder coming off of that. Lucas DeYoung now from the right, left of the goaltender, tries to loop that one in and almost got it into his man there.
Yeah, because he overshot the Pioneer player. Good pass there, but unfortunately the attacker couldn't corral that pass.
Yeah, that was almost another opportunity of almost like an alley-oop type play.
Yeah.
Just coming in, drawing in that defense, and then just arc it over those defenders.
Well, you mentioned it. Carlson's the shooter, right? So he's getting all that attention from the Pioneer defenders.
Yeah, so when he goes in, he's going to open something up, in theory, for some of his teammates. And he's done a nice job of trying to find some of those open guys in unique ways. There's Latch there, getting the business from number 23. Yeah, Nico DeYoung. Yeah, these we've said it over and over again, but these Eagle defenders are really aggressive. They've got no problem hitting you with the body. They got no problem hitting you with the cross. It's just exactly what you want from a lacrosse team.
And you were saying how much that helps out Ham in the net, because the netminder loves to have his defenders helping him out, right?
Right. If you've got those dudes in front of you clearing the road for you or making things uncomfortable for shooters, it just makes your job so much easier. That ball hit the deck and picked up by the long crossman for Pioneer, Nick Houston.
Bad pass there, a little bit low.
Yeah, the passing hasn't been as pinpoint accurate for Pioneer as we've seen from them in the past. And I do truly believe that a lot of that has not to do with them, but the other team on the other side, exactly. Pioneer now moving in, 8 minutes to go here in this third quarter. Cole Kurowski there.
Is that Kurowski or Ollie Price? They both have 10 on the roster, so.
I'm going with Kurowski strictly because he's the junior. If I'm wrong, though, somebody give me a call.
Well, we'll see, because Ollie Price is a fast player.
That's right. Play resumes now.
Again, the Pioneers are very patient, Nick, on this offense attack.
No rush, no sense of urgency at all. Ham gets that one out quickly, however, and now the Eagles are going to try to push up and try to push up the man advantage.
Look at the save, though. I don't know if we can catch that save from Ham. It looked like he put his hand on the ball and popped it into his cross.
Good for him if he did.
That's great hand-eye coordination, too.
Yep. Do anything you can, and your teammates will notice that.
Keep it up in there.
Your teammates will see that, see you sacrificing every little body part, and that's how you become a leader.
I wonder, is there more pressure on him being a freshman?
I would think there'd be less because there's expectations would be low, but I mean that doesn't seem to be the MO for this Skyline team. It seems like everybody takes responsibility, and there's responsibility cutting out front goal. Graham Newton for the Eagles, and they are within 1 goal here at home.
Eagles will not go away, and that might be their motto this year. I mean, that never say die, because every single time that the Pioneers feel a little bit of momentum, it comes back to haunt them. And we talked about how that cheddar upstairs bothers Whit Denson. He can get his cross down and block as many shots low, and that again, right up by his head, right by his ear, actually.
And a moment ago, you mentioned about what their MO or their motto is. Actually, talking to Coach Isaiah
Get
Dane,
out of here.
Determined is the word.
All right.
Determined, right? So that goes along right next to what you're talking about, and right what we're seeing with this team. It's an open-ended word. It is, but it says something about what you're trying to accomplish and how you play when you get out on the field.
And when you have a young team, that's why we're having a lot of these timeouts. You got to keep them involved. I think he's got the ear of this young team too. Being a younger coach, being a former player of the Eagles, I mean, you don't have that too often. And again, Coach Conley, is he in the circle?
He's down off to the right with a separate group of players there.
Yeah.
It feels like they've broken off into two separate squads in
That's
order
funny,
for this
right?
timeout.
You don't see that in a timeout.
I mean,
you're getting two different messages.
You've got two different groups doing two different things, right? Like you've got, it looks like he's down there with his defense right now, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Rosenberg might be in there as well, but he's got words for them, and now he's gonna delegate his offense to the other side. Like, hey, you guys talk about offense.
That's
talk shop.
I'm just
about
going to go out on a
it's,
limb.
It's
That's
really
just odd.
interesting.
I mean, it may work for the Pioneers. It's just odd because the head coach usually is disseminating the words for even the players on the bench because they can be helping out the players on the field. And in a sport like this, you flip the script, they're out there. Quick change.
No, you're right on about that. It's an interesting tactic. It is right. It's like you said, not something that you see every day.
Well, these quick timeouts, Nick, I think are really giving the Eagles a quick breather as well as allowing them to keep that energy level up high.
Yeah, I mean, both squads go hard, obviously, but yeah, the Eagles seem to go really hard, really fast at it. So having some minor breaks here and there is going to go a long way for them. And here you'll see them starting it up, only down one score now, and they're smelling blood.
Yeah, and look at how far out they've spread the Pioneers' defense. They're really opening it up holes for the Cutters.
Yeah, and that's where they've been most successful, is coming in on those plays and getting really close shots. And there's another one. Great save there by Denson. It looked like that went off his cross, like right between his hands.
Yeah, that came off a pick from Tehran. That shot, was that down off of a foot?
I feel like it got his... Yeah, whether it was his stick or his hands or somewhere in the middle. Yeah, I was going to say, could have been in the breadbasket there, but...
Yeah, because you see that chicken wing out there to the right.
Mm-hmm. Nonetheless, Denson continues to take a beating for his team, and he keeps them up by a score for right now. Denson trying to get into the offense. There's a nice toss up there to Karowski. And he's getting...
Check going on right out, some rubbing. Just a bull rush out of the Pioneers. They don't mind the contact.
No, they don't, and the Eagles have no problem giving it to them. Rosenberg now going to try to make that move. Gets a pick. You don't see that very often either. They haven't needed it, but there it plays off, and there's Rosenberg with another goal.
Oh, wow. He's showing it up. That's my fourth goal on the game, folks. He's pulling his own jersey. Love it. And this is something different. You say the pick, it came after that timeout. Maybe that's what Coach Conley was setting up when he had that squad over to the side.
Yeah, we don't see that too often, but it was clearly necessary to try to get him at least a little bit of an extra foot, a little extra view of the net. That extra foot and a half is all it takes for him to just whip one in there.
And that was a different shot, too, coming for a right-hander coming from the left side.
Yeah, the
head turns the body.
Exactly. Eagles back on offense. Swaminathan there. He's pulling it all the way back outside the field.
Yeah, it looks like they had to reset the lines.
Yeah, Jude Carlson back in now. Lucas DeYoung near side coming in behind the net now. He might try to rub off a pick there. Pioneer defense doing their job.
I think that was Conley 15 on the swiping down and dislodging that. Oh, what a steal there. Number 9.
Excellent play there, and he's going to try to lead the rush in.
Paul McDonald. Jackson Paul McDonald. not as many shots as we had in the first half of this third quarter.
No, it's been a little, the flow of the game has definitely changed. You can feel momentum not shifting quite the same ways. Only 2 goals so far in this third quarter.
Almost went backcourt there. Good job of stopping that ball.
Finn Sanders now tries to make a move and get in, finds his man left side of the goal, finds another one cutting in there. That's Karowski. But the Eagles take that one away, and they're going to try to press their advantage. Swaminathan couldn't quite make up under that.
Yeah, he knew he should have grabbed that pass.
That's a tough pass, though. That was coming in a little bit low, and he was backtracking to get after it.
But again, I'll go back to what you said. Determination.
That
was on his face, you know. I let my teammates down.
You know, another thing that Coach Dane talked about was energy. He loves the energy of his team, and it's important that they all stay energized throughout the course of the game. And as we were just talking about, it feels like the energy of this game is a little weird, a little off right now. So he needs to try to motivate his guys to get energized, whether it's a big hit on defense or a solid shot on offense. That's what the Skyline Eagles need right here, right now.
And again, the Eagles defense is doing a great job in front of Ham, pressing up and doing a lot of checking, allowing him no traffic in front of that netting so he gets a good view of the shot.
Yeah, that's huge to not get screened in any way. So like you said, you can see it all the way through.
Get that ground ball, guys.
And now we can see that Eagle defense hacking away. That one came around, low shot, but Ham did a nice job of seeing that one in. There's Rosenberg now, forechecking, doing a little more than forechecking. Nice one-handed swats. Couple of nice one-handed swats. Yeah. I don't know if it's going to be Rosenberg or if that was a secondary player coming in there.
Yeah,
but there were some hard swings.
Well, and that's a little home cooking too, because you had the crowd reacting to the action out on the field. Was that right on, because it looks like he hit him in the midsection. So if you're going up, I thought the rule was between the waist and the shoulders, you can come in with that behind the back slash.
It may have been that initial. We might be able to see the first one coming out here.
Because this one right here, I thought was the one.
I think that one might come up. Yeah, that one came up on the shoulder for sure.
And this is the one where the fans reacted to the second one, which really drew the foul.
But you're right, the fans definitely let them know.
And it is Rosenberg down in the box.
So it was that first one.
Yeah, it was the first one.
Man advantage now for the Eagles. I don't want to call something critical at any point, especially in the third quarter, but they really could use
momentum-wise and everything.
Yes, indeed. And they're trying to push in now. There it is, open shot, low, wide, out into barn territory.
Yeah, that one's traveling up Maple. But the shot was the patience of it. To take it down low is probably ill-conceived when you're going against Denson. Go upstairs for some chatter.
Yeah, that seems to be what's been working well for them, so you're right if they want to keep going to that book. Pioneer defense doing a nice job of closing in. There's a nice low sling in there, but stopped by those Pioneer defenders, and now switching it up into offense. Surely is Nick Houston. Coming up, not slowing down, and then he slows down. But still a great job pulling up making the great stop there, and then gets all the way up into the offensive zone, sets up the offense, drops it off to his dude, and then rightly pops up off the field.
And now the Pioneers can set their offense, and the clock winding down, they'll usually kind of eat up the entire clock.
Yeah,
right?
this is the third consecutive quarter we've seen the Pioneers in this situation, and it's clearly what you want.
Exactly. Especially with you being up 2 goals.
Up 2 goals, only 48 seconds to go here in this third quarter. Nice juke there. That was Finn Sanders with some nice moves, great hit moves on that one. Rosenberg trying to find something, but he's getting just beaten by crosses and finding some shoulders. 2 defenders at a time, 23 seconds to go now, and the Pioneers are having a real hard time getting in for an open look. Jet Latch is quick, though. Fakes it in down to Rosenberg. He's going to go all the way around the field. Gets it off to his man. Low shot, slings it in, and that's another goal for Pioneer. That's what you want at the end of the quarter there for the Pioneers. Now up 7-4 going into the fourth quarter.
That was an incredible shot from deep, and we haven't seen Ham allow goals from outside like that all day long. And that was Kurowski. Are we going to go with them?
We're just going with Kurowski.
Okay, Kurowski on the goal.
Great goal, and he takes full advantage of that long cross, and then the chest bump, too. I like the chest bump. I like the chest bump. Chest bump has just always been a winner for me. Yeah, Kurowski makes full advantage of that long cross and just whips that one in. 3-goal lead now for the Pioneers. The Eagles have got a lot of work to do, and they're going to start right now. Why wait for the next quarter when you can get that one in? Another opportunity, chance after chance.
Man, that was close.
Determined to get down there, and these Eagles, despite being down 3, are fighting tooth and nail. Don't turn this one off. Don't get away from the TV. Don't get away from the computer. Fourth quarter action coming up in a moment.
Catch up on FYI and other CTN programs at a2gov.org/watchctn.
And welcome back, everybody. Fourth quarter action getting ready to go here. As you can see, the Pioneers up 7-4, but no quit in this Eagles team. They're aggressive and they're strong and they are determined to make this one happen.
I don't know how they're down, really, because of the shots that they've been putting on Denson is what a coach would love to have. And for Coach Dane, that's exactly what he's been saying in these timeouts. Let's pepper the net. Unfortunately, that's a brick wall you're going up against Pioneer. So getting these 4 goals, I mean, that's incredible. At the end of the half, let's look at this, the end of the third. The ball bounces out, but then quickly picks it up, and it slips out of the cross before the shot was completed.
Yeah, DeYoung was so fortunate to find that, and it just came right to him, and it just came out. But once again, props to those defenders there. They were doing a great job of getting in the mix.
Yeah, props to the defenders, and that's some good film for a young team, for Skyline to build off of. You're taking a look at not giving up, fighting to the very last second.
Very last moment, yes. Yes, that's what you got to do, and that's how you get your team to buy into what you're doing.
Now here in this fourth, Skyline really has to turn it up early.
Yeah, you don't want to give the Pioneers any looks early and get a 4-goal lead. 3 goals daunting enough. But yeah, you want to be the next one to score, and you want to do it sooner rather than later.
Get that momentum back on your side. And it kind of looks like that's what Pioneer's doing. We're going to take some time and not take the air out of the ball. It's kind of hard on this sport.
Not a lot of air in the ball.
But they are not in a hurry. No sense of urgency right now.
Low shot there, wide of Thor Ham. Close shot, though. Pioneers got to be happy with the opportunity just a couple of yards out in front of the net.
Rosenberg is always well placed on those shots. If he's not involved in it, they keep possession from his placement.
Yeah, Rosenberg, just a really special athlete down there. High IQ, knows how to finish, fast, really nice moves. I mean, he's put the ball in the net a bunch tonight, but he could have twice as much if it wasn't for these strong defenders for the Eagles. Strong defenders and a really good game plan all around for what Skyline's doing. There he is, getting just hammered.
I think every defender got a piece of Rosenberg that time. He's still not done.
At least once. Finally scooped up. There he goes. That Ham finally pulled that one away. Sends it over to Dominic Wilson, and Wilson's going to try to go up the sideline, far side.
How many bruises do you think Rosenberg got on that last
just
possession?
on that one play. Oh,
yeah.
Tried to go low there one more time. Dominic Wilson. Wilson had that, scooped that up from the defense and went all the way up there.
One, 2, 3. but Rosenberg's not out of the play yet. You can still see him tracking that ball, staying with it.
Yeah, it would have been really easy to just give up on that play
Exactly.
after that initial loss of the ball. But no, he's stuck around, he's stuck in spot, he was paying attention, and he knew that he might have another opportunity to get a shot off. Pioneer now coming up top side of your screen. Hits Latch on the move there, fakes left, goes low, cross body, and sent that one in. That was quite a goal.
That was
quite
laser.
a goal from the right side. Low sling, went low right of the goaltender. Just a sniper, just a snipe as
He
they
might
call
want to
it.
use some of that Gatorade on his cross. That cross is hot. Watch this shot, though. He gives you a feint, and then he comes in low. There is no room where he shot that ball.
There's just, there's absolutely nothing you're going to do about a goalie as a goalie because you're not expecting that. You're not thinking it's going down there.
Looks like that was another timeout here for the Eagles to calm things down. But I tell you, that shot and that play kind of shows you the explosiveness of Pioneers' offense. When they really want to turn it on, they can turn it on.
Yeah, it all started with that big fake that the Eagle defender bit on, but still getting out to that outside and just the momentum on that shot is really incredible. Again, that sniper is the only word I've got for that.
Oh, it's like it's the eyes. I mean, the eyes found the corner. I could not believe how that ball found its way in there.
And hopefully some of our viewers will find their way to some of our social medias, whether it's full-on games on YouTube, maybe some behind-the-scenes situations.
Are we going to have to start doing TikTok videos
I
next?
hope not.
I mean, we're getting a lot of
not.
social medias here. You can't miss us if you're on social media, right?
I'm just not there yet.
You're not a
there
TikToker?
Yet. No, not so much.
Yeah,
Not
you got to
so
get rid of
much.
your Hotmail account.
That's right. That's right. They won't accept my Hotmail account. My AOL account won't work there. But yeah, check out the socials. Love the behind-the-scenes stuff on the Instagram. Like and subscribe on YouTube. Check these games out in all of their full HD glory.
And I'm loving how some of these teams are starting to follow us and sharing their photos with us as well too. That's the way I think social media is supposed to work.
It's for sure the community, and you love to see that. You love to see everybody involved, and that's great. You get a little bit of everything from all angles.
And right now, I think when you're talking about all angles, the Pioneers have cut off the attacks from the rear coming from Denson, and everything is in front of them, which is making it easy for the defenders to really dislodge the ball from the attackers of the Eagles.
Yeah, you're right about that. That's a great eye, and I think that in-game adjustments are always so necessary, and you see the best coaches make them and the best teams implement them, and I think you're seeing the Pioneers do that here in the second half. I believe is that Latch down there. I'm sorry, that's Karowski now with the ball. And he's trying to get in there, but those Eagle defenders. Rosenberg just rolled right off of that, and I believe the referee called a timeout because the ball.
He's switching balls?
Maybe. Oh no, there was a ball on the field, yeah.
So the ref couldn't go over and handle the business?
Why would I do it when I can send the kid over there? Rosenberg's, he's fast, he's young, he's not in a union. Go over there, get the ball out here.
He's not in the union.
Either way, Pioneers
that's
back
power
at it.
on the field right there.
That's right. Well, you got the whistle. Yeah, you got to have all the power.
It was a safety concern as well,
exactly.
too, right?
Exactly. Nobody wants to be unsafe. Nobody wants to be confused. Go get that ball, kid.
Yeah, after he's getting bumped around like this.
Well, yeah, I mean, at least the referee didn't hit him with a stick. Rosenberg's like, all right, you're kind of cool. And that one goes just wide of Rosenberg, and that's going to be Eagles' ball. And with 8:10 to go, you got to think they've got to make something happen here.
Yeah, this is the time where you got to let it loose and not be conservative with the shots. And again, the attack from the Eagles have been kind of in the middle of the field of play. And I think the Pioneers' defense has really turned up here in this second half.
Yeah, that's definitely a thing that's happened. Not that they were any big slouches in that first half, but still, they really upped their game in the second half. And if I'm the Eagles, 2 quarters ago we talked about the way the sun was coming down. You want to try to take advantage of that. Now the sun is down, but now you got these lights on in the field, and this is a whole different field
dynamic.
of view right now. Whole dynamic, exactly right. So getting the early pot shots at a goaltender now before they fully adjust is the way to go.
Yeah, because now Denson has full eyes on you. Nothing glaring from the side. And again, Pioneers on the offensive end have nothing to prove, so they can take as much time as they want before unleashing their attack.
Yeah, and attack unleashed just as you said it.
Latch again on that. That'll be his hattie. So we got 2 with a hattie. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Yeah, Latch has had some pretty spectacular goals.
Yeah, and they've been from deep. I mean, and again, he's had some down low, and that one was upstairs. But all of them are laser focused to the back of the net.
Yeah, that ball, I don't believe, ever got above anyone's shoulder.
No.
Or never got below anybody's shoulder, excuse me. That was above shoulder the whole way. Yeah, trying to talk to Ham a little bit. Hey, man, not your fault entirely. Not your fault here. It's not all of us. It's a defender issue, too.
It's a learning lesson, too.
Yep.
You know, you're going to, as you said, we've seen these guys before. And that's the message I'm sure that the defender is relaying to Thor Ham.
Yeah, and as a freshman, it's easy to get discouraged. So
And get
hopefully
down.
having somebody a
Don't
little
get
bit
down.
older,
Exactly.
take them to the side and say, hey, man, like, don't worry about it. And another flag.
Yeah, I think Jackson Paul McDonald was involved in it, and it looks like he may be. Is he coming out of the game?
The official said, I'm pretty sure he called a push on that, push from behind. But I have not seen anyone leave
It was on
the field of
Skyline,
play.
actually.
Huh. But still, who?
And how
No one
could it
left
be
yet.
on Skyline and Skyline have the ball? That's not right. It had to be on Pioneer. But there is a guy in the penalty area from Skyline.
That's Graham Newton down there. Maybe just off the ball push. Maybe his frustrations are coming out a little bit as well, right?
I would assume so.
Pioneer now, man up. It's the last thing the Eagles need right now, but Pioneer had a shooting gallery here in this fourth quarter.
And Ham's still down there. Look at how he marks, and as that ball gets passed, he changes his angle every single time.
Textbook, right? Like that is the exact definition of textbook
Even it's an
goaltending.
inch. Look at it.
Yep.
It's an inch. He's moving.
Well, and I'm sure his coach loves it. Like, yes, this is what you're supposed to do, right? Like, someday you're going to be able to go rogue and play jazz out there. But for now, as a freshman, you get all your footwork down. You get all your stick work down. And then, you know, next year, then you get to
Build
riff
on
on
it.
things.
And
exactly right.
it's a little intimidating when the keeper's staring at you as you're the shooter
Right,
every time. Hey, he's got his eyes on me.
He does. He's
That's
got like a
little
samurai
eerie.
look to him. Exactly right.
This shot came high off the cage.
That was almost a sidearm, like a Dan Quisenberry. Like it started low
Wow.
and got up, and it just had that velocity coming
We're
up.
going to have kids getting not just the Google machine.
Just
is just gonna
Googling
be
stuff like
burning
crazy.
up.
Yes.
Quisenberry, KC, get out of here.
Rosenberg now harassed his whole way. I don't know if he's had an easy goal or an easy shot or an easy look all night.
No, yeah, and he's known when he gets off the bus. The other team knows that's the guy we're going to have to stop, so he's going to attract attention.
Rare miscue there by the Pioneer offense, but still making it work for themselves. Eagles now send it up to the middle.
Yeah, you never want to throw that ball in the middle like
No,
that.
no.
You want to clear it out on the side.
Yeah, it's a bummer when you have to go in and grab that one, but doing a nice job of it. So
Man, Finn
protecting
Sanders.
everything.
Finn Sanders, you give him business down there, bro. That was a lot of contact.
Yeah, he got it. He got it the whole way up the field, but did just an outstanding job of protecting that ball the whole way. 4:40 to go now in this fourth quarter. Seemingly Pioneer has this one in hand, but the Eagles want to try to get a few more in the net.
Yeah, and again, because this season is young. I mean, they've only played 5 matches, so you're a work in progress with the bad weather we've had and the missed matches. This turns into live action time.
Yeah, we talk about these spring schedules, how they're just game after game after game, rapid fire.
Yeah, you can see it on our CTN schedule.
Yeah.
In the next 10 days, I think we're going to have about 5 games, it seems like.
Skyline now trying to work.
Oh, I speak it.
Well,
Let
5
it
if
be
you
written, let
include
it be
this one.
done.
5 if you include this one. So yeah, I like what you did. That's a great idea. You've got your calendar marked off nicely.
Oh, definitely. Can't wait.
Mental calendar. Yeah, and hopefully things are just going to continue to warm up, and it's just great spring weather here in southeast Michigan. Hopefully we get some great spring weather for all of our CTN crew out there. We got camera guys out there. I know Mike Koski's out there. Ken Simpson, he's out there. Mo El Mazri.
Ken is back?
Yeah, Ken's back.
Oh, love it.
Mo El Mazri out there as well, if I'm not mistaken. Then in the truck, we've got Jacob, still married. I'm assuming still married.
He's
Smith.
still married,
I
yeah.
didn't see his head, didn't see his ring. I'm assuming he's still married. And of course, Rob the Boss Cross, making all the calls, making everything
The
happen
super
down there.
producer.
That's right. In case anyone cares, I'm Nick the Jinx Wisniewski, along with Kevin Bryant.
We try to man the ship.
It's a big ship. Sometimes, right? Pioneer now just lollygagging it around, lollygagging it around.
And there's a difference when you're playing against Skyline and Pioneer. There's a different feel than when it's Huron and Pioneer, because this game would still be a lot more aggressive if there was the River Rats out there, it seems like, as opposed to the Eagles. There's just that ingrained hateness, I think, of the rivalry between those two schools.
You know, there is that edge, and I honestly also think that Coach Dane, he's trying to get that a little bit with his guys. He'd mentioned that. He says he wants to refer to the Skyline Eagles. He wants the Skyline Eagles to refer to them as that team up the road.
Oh, nice.
Or that team down the street,
Nice.
right? He's trying to get it there, right? And as somebody who lived it, as we mentioned, like, you know, he's a 2016 grad. He played lacrosse here for Skyline. He wants that for his guys, and that's always where you can draw on the energy.
Nobody? No. Oh, man. You had an open guy down low and just a little bit high on the pass. But, again, the Eagles still want, like we said, find the net. Good shot there by Carlson.
Great rebound. And that one right out in front. Denson
Denson
still just making save after save. Great positioning, sacrificing his body, point blank range.
It looked like he tried to field hockey that last shot in, and Denson's down on the ground and just scooped it up right into the net. I mean, right into his cross. I mean, look at the save down low. First, he pops it up, he follows the guy around the net, and then he catches one right on the doorstep, and that was with the backside, right? He's not finished, though. He had another save after that.
just a really calm head on his shoulders to stay with every single shot in front of him.
And coming from different angles, and at this time of the match, guys are just not stat padding, but they definitely want to get on another point.
Yeah, you'd love to put one more across, and Denson is just not having it. Calm, cool, and collected the whole way. Speaking of pad statting, not that that's what he's doing, but that is another goal. Eli Rosenberg.
I'm running out of cellies. Guys.
No, they're not. I don't know if they're taking a selfie, if they're shooting the arrow, a little bit of everything, but that's one more. I think they've got more than enough in their bag.
Well, check out the way that you were talking about all of the contact that he's taken. But Rosenberg, after the contact, corrals up the strength to really get his whole body into that shot, and the angle that it's coming down the ham is we got to let that celly run next time, because that was kind of special. But just the finish off the point, that's a hard stop for Ham when it's coming from top down.
Yeah, and Rosenberg knows that, right? He's a savvy player. He's an offensive forward that's done this for a long time, and he knows how to find the back of the net. High IQ, and he's been great. Only 49 seconds to go. Eagles doing their best to just try to get one more after him, but not happening. Pioneers with one last push up the field here with 37 seconds to go. Denson's trying to get down there. He's dying to get down there and try to get another goal, but not happening on this one. He's going to hustle back. You can see him going, maybe not full speed, but we'll call that 85%, getting back into his net. And the Eagles trying to catch him with figurative pants down there, but couldn't connect on that long pass. Worth a try. There's Denson. He's like, what? Everything's fine. I had that. Not a problem. Only 20 seconds to go. Back to Denson now. He's going to try to maybe look for a long pass. Whips it all the way down. Finds his man right out in front of the net. But not ready to take a shot. Just wants to eat the clock away now. And that's what the Pioneers will do. Not taking that last second shot. They're more than happy to walk away with this one with a 6-goal lead, and that's what they're going to do on their opponent's turf as the Pioneers come away with this victory 10-4. But stick around, we've got Kevin Bryant on his way down to the field to talk to our key player of the game.
Hey folks, I hope you like what you're watching, and if you do, hit that little like button and follow us on Instagram and Twitter at A2CTN Sports. Okay, and welcome back for a special game, a special key player of the game. I can't do this for one because I got two guys that deserve it. So let's do this. Levi, I'd like you to take the microphone, the key, and hand it over to Whit because both of you are our key players of the game. You got any questions?
Yeah, so, I'm here with arguably the best goalie in the state. Some would say the country. How do you just go in and day out and stay mentally focused? At practice, you like to juggle. You juggle on your back. So what's your pregame routine is what I'm going to ask you today.
I just try to get focused in. The boys help me do that, like you, Levi, and I know that I can play my best because of the people in front of me, like you.
Hey, thank you. Special game. Thank you, CTN. Thank you for showing out, giving us this opportunity.
Well, I'm going to give you the pen so you can handle your business, Levi. I might not have a job after that interview. What a great job from Levi Rosenberg, scoring 5 goals, with Denson only allowing 4 goals. These two are our key players of the game. Back to you, Nick.
Thank you, Kevin, and thank you to our new correspondents, Levi Rosenberg and Whit Denson. And thank you once again, everybody, for joining us on CTN Sports Game of the Week. Once again, as you can see, Pioneer 10 beat over the Skyline Eagles here from Skyline High School. We'll catch you on our next CTN Sports Game of the Week.
You know, else they keep on the top shelf besides the goals?
What's that, man?
The peanut butter.